Welcome to part 2 where I talk about the presidential polls analysis I did over the last few days and weeks to give you the very latest and to give you the name of the presidential candidate who's going to carry the day on August 8th, 2017. Now, in an earlier recording, I had given you a breakdown of the different Kalenjin tribes. Yeah, the Kipsigis, the Tugen, the Nandis, etc., etc. And from that breakdown, those of you who have been following me will remember that we found out that the Kipsigis are the majority, and the Kipsigis have already made a pact with NASA to support NASA. Actually, they made a pact with one Isaac Ruto. Isaac Ruto is the founder and the party leader of Chama cha Mashinani. Okay, the main agenda of the Chama cha Mashinani is to take developments right down to the Mashinani, as the name of the party suggests, right up to the grassroots. Okay, so he has really been pushing for money to go to the right down to the grassroots, money to go from the central government right down to the counties, so that where people can feel the development firsthand. Okay, of course, some other people are arguing that a lot of this money is embezzled even before it reaches the grassroots, and hence there's been a tendency in central government to withhold this money, and even when they release it very grudgingly. Okay, that has been the situation. But Isaac Ruto has been fighting. He has been consistent that this money must go right down to the grassroots. Okay, now indeed that is one of his main points, which has managed to convince a lot of people right across the Rift Valley that a vote for Chama cha Mashinani, and by extension NASA, will ensure that there's more money at the grassroots. Okay, of course he has pointed out to the record of Jubilee in terms of he has told them, fine, you've had a deputy president, but what do you have to show for it? What have you actually gained? Yes, you've been in government, but what have you gained from it? Yeah, which has been fairly convincing to the people down in the grassroots. And this has managed to spread the vote of Chama cha Mashinani well beyond the Kipsigis community, well beyond Bomet. Yeah, so we should expect a very large vote going towards NASA rather than Jubilee, although this has always been viewed as a Jubilee zone. Now, the Rift Valley has always been a bit complex for analysts, and a lot of analysts have gotten themselves mixed up. Like I had an analyst somewhere telling me that Jubilee are going to get 100% of Rift Valley. And if not 100%, 90%, yeah, virtually the whole of Rift Valley. Now, of course, that's a lie. I'll tell you why it's a lie. There's a very huge Kikuyu population right across Rift Valley. Okay, huge maybe is the wrong word. Quite a large, sizable population of House of Mumbi within the Rift Valley. Don't forget that the Rift Valley also includes areas like Nyandarua. Bottom line, one would have to talk about the Kalenjin Rift Valley and the non-Kalenjin Rift Valley. Okay, now in my case, I'm talking about the Kalenjin Rift Valley. Most of it will go to NASA. Most of it. In fact, from my analysis on the ground, I'll be extremely surprised if Jubilee manages more than 40% of the Kalenjin vote. Now, one thing Jubilee has going for them is that DP William Ruto has a fanatical following. He has his supporters. These are mostly young people, and those people's votes are unshakable. They will never move from William Ruto's camp. Of course, the question is how many of these young people are there. Now, we know that right across the Rift Valley, there's a huge percentage of young voters, very huge. I wasn't able to get the figures right in front of me for this recording, but I have them hidden somewhere, or rather lost somewhere in my mess here. But I can tell you there's a sizable percentage of young voters. Now, some of this, not all of them, some of these young voters are fanatical William Ruto, DP William Ruto supporters. Right, catch me in the third and final part of this series on the latest presidential polls, where I give you a breakdown province by province for both presidential candidates. I think that will be very interesting for you. Catch you there in a few seconds. As you know, what you need to do is just click on the link on your top left hand corner of the screen. Yeah, it has a picture and a headline. Just click on it and you should be there in a few seconds. Catch you there. This is Chris Kumekucha.